This video or essay may get into the deep weeds of rabbinic debate, but stay with me as it is a real look into the kind of rigorous discussion that can take place within the halls of Torah study. Has the correct snail been discovered yet that can make the dye for techelet for the mitzvot of Tzitzit? The short answer is yes. The snail most strongly believed today to be the biblical kilazon, source of techelet, is the Hexaplex trunculus, formerly Murex trunculus, however, not without debate, but it's currently the leading contender. Why has Hexaplex trunculus become the favorite? Basically for three reasons. Rabbi Isaac Herzog, in his 1913 doctoral dissertation, argued that this snail best fits the Talmudic descriptions, but he struggled to consistently get blue dye in the lab. Then in the 1980s, chemist Otto Elsner made the breakthrough that eluded Herzog. He found that if you expose the extracted dye to UV light, sunlight, during processing, it shifts from purple to bright sky blue, solving Herzog's issue. Non-authoritative sources like Biblical Archaeology Review confirm that bright sky blue techelet was likely made this way. However, more importantly, the highly respected journals Quod Moniat and Atiquat have indeed published articles supporting Hexaplex trunculus as the primary species behind the dye historically used for techelet. The evidence they bring to the table includes analytical chemistry of dye remnants found on archaeological textile fragments showing molecular signatures that match what H. trunculus produces. Excavation finds of murex shells, complete with morphological traits tied to Hexaplex trunculus, have been found in kilns or dyeing facilities along the Mediterranean coast of ancient Israel. Experimental reproductions of the dye process using H. trunculus demonstrated a high-quality blue-purple pigment that aligns with Talmudic descriptions of techelet. These articles are heavily relied upon in scholarly debates and are widely regarded as some of the best academic confirmation that Hexaplex trunculus is the real deal for techelet dye. Taking a look at some supporting halakhic and historical corroboration, the dye chemically matches indigo, making it indistinguishable, exactly what the Talmud hints at. It aligns with Talmudic clues such as rare shore appearance, once in 70 years. See Menachot 44a. Its acquisition and production being expensive, aquatic, camouflaged, and captured with nets, all traits of the trunculus. And while H. trunculus isn't specifically named as such, the word kilazon refers to the mysterious sea creature whose blood or glandular fluid was used to make techelet, blue, and argamon, purple, dyes for sacred garments and tzitzit. There's still a great amount of debate going on within rabbinic and Jewish academic circles. Some argue ancient dyers probably lacked the ability to manipulate UV exposure like modern chemists. Could they really have produced that vibrant blue? Others point out that not every halakhic authority or community accepts this modern techelet revival. Some await the Messiah, per traditional views. Even among enthusiasts, there's cultural and halakhic hesitancy. Wearing techelet is more common in some streams of Judaism, such as among the conservadox and modern Orthodox, than others. Regardless of the controversy and ongoing rabbinic debates and investigations by Israeli archaeologists, techelet has been revived in practical cross-community use, though not without theological and scholarly wrinkles. I think it is amazing that as Jews we are commanded to avoid shellfish of any kind, but a snail that makes techelet is used for tzitzit. Hashem does have a sense of humor. It's one of those divine plot twists where you can almost hear Hashem chuckling in the background. We get a whole list in Sefer Vayikra about how these shelled sea critters are tamei and not for dinner. And then, boom, the most sacred blue thread in our tzitzit comes from one of them. It's kind of like Hashem saying, you can't eat it, but you can wear it to remind you of me. Sort of the ultimate, don't touch my special paintbrush, it's for holy projects only. It wouldn't surprise me too much if that's part of the point. It forces us to separate the mundane appetite from the sacred purpose. The back and forth on this issue of wearing a thread of techelet will likely continue until Hamashiach arrives and begins clearing a lot of this confusion up. May it happen in our time. Until that glorious day, check with your rabbi before donning techelet on your four-cornered talit katan. That's it for this episode of Shmu's Views covering techelet. If you appreciated this kind of teaching into the mitzvot of normal Jewish practice, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Also share with others. All my video and essay teachings can be found on Rumble, YouTube, Locals, Substack, and Blogger. Some Talmudic references in Hebrew and English covering this topic can be found below in the description box. So, until next time, this is Shmuel ben Shlomi wishing you shalom.